name's Alistair Johnson at Freebird Interiors, and in this video, which is aimed at other fitted furniture makers, I want to share with you 7 tips about how to increase the speed and profitability of your installations. Specialise. So I could do all sorts of other joinery work. I could hang doors, fit skirting, make stairs, and I have dabbled with that in the past. But I decided to make me and my company the specialists in the Sheffield area for fitted alcove furniture. We also do wardrobes and some large display storage units, which have a lot of crossover in the methods, the materials and the tools that we use. So number 1 is specialise. Stop buying all sorts of tools and learning all sorts of new skills thinking, oh, they'll come in useful later, because you'll dilute your skills too thin and you'll never get as good as you could at something that you focus on and repeat and continuously improve at. Number 2 is in the planning and the design. So the final outcome rests a lot in the choices you make at the planning stage. One example on this one, so the original commission from the customer was to make floating shelves that would be in keeping with her TV unit. So I steered her towards oak at the same cost because it's a better material for her, but it suits my processes and the stock material I already had better. Because I know that if I start messing around with clear pine, trying to stain it and trying to match a sheen level, then I get blotchiness and I get all sorts of headache. But if I just stick with a process and a material that I know I get good results from, then it's actually going to be faster and probably more profitable for me, because the main component is usually labour. So that's one example of what you can do in the planning stage. And what I've always said to our team at Freebird is let's try and front load the decisions. So decisions that used to catch us out, like if we've got cupboards, what colour handles do people want? We would get that decision from the customer as early as possible and even prepare them for that decision before my first meeting with them. Preparation, number 3. That's different to planning. What I mean by preparation is what you do in advance of the day of the installation in terms of making and manufacture. So we prepare these parts in the workshop first, we pre-spray them, and we even pre-cut the battens, 18 by 18 millimeter section battens. We pre-drill them. We know the size to make them, so we undersize the battens, so they're about 20 millimeters shorter than the alcoves. They just go straight up, no trimming on site. So anything that could be done off-site is done off-site, including fitting those white modesty blocks that help to support the lower part of the shelf. That's all done first in the preparation. So again, it's front loading. If there's something that you realise you could move forward in the process, you move it forward, so that the final part of the process where you're inconveniencing the customer by being in their house is as short as possible. Number 4, think in terms of batch processing. So both in the workshop and on site, we try and do the same type of task together. Now it's tempting to start with a shelf or even start with all 3 shelves in one side and do everything to get them fitted and then move on to the next. But it's more efficient to put all the battens up first, which we do first by pinning them on, bang, bang, bang with a nail gun. Then all the drilling through the pre-drilled holes into the wall, hammer drilling, all the plugs and screws, and then we start working through the trimming. So we're not putting one tool down to pick up another, we're keeping it in our hand and carrying on to the next part of the process. Yeah, number 5, constant improvement. I'm talking about a sort of feedback loop where, because you've specialised and you're doing the same sort of job again and again, you're constantly analysing and reassessing your methods. And that is an ongoing process for these. So the way we do these now is the result of years of looking at how we used to do them and improving it. So for example, with oak shelves, I used to always cork the gaps, but I've cut that out because I actually think it's better not to. I think it looks better not to. And because my skills and the tools I've got have enabled me to get tighter joins that don't really need corking. Also, we used to nail gun the parts together into the enclosed battens. And then we'd be filling. If it was white paint, we'd be wax filling, maybe over painting. And then we'd have issues with the sprayed finish having to be over painted and not looking as good. These would need wax filling with a matching wax. Now we just glue and clamp, so it's faster and it's a better result. So keep refining your methods. Number 6 is get the right tools. So a big leap in speed and accuracy came when I bought the Festool EHL 65 planer. It's got a spiral cutting blade, it's quieter, it's lighter, it's incredibly precise. So my scribing improved because I invested in the right tools. Having the right tools is very important. Now, seventh and final point, which is the most important point when it comes to your profitability. So it's not just about speed, it's about setting up your business and your methods for genuine profit. And it's about a mindset switch. You've got a price for the value of what you're offering the customer, and get out of the rut of exchanging your time for money. So don't just think in terms of, it took me X amount of hours, so I'm going to charge that out at an hourly rate. I've done these at half an hour per shelf. It's not so long ago, these were taking me an hour per shelf, and I was very pleased with that because that was a huge improvement already on the time it used to take. It would be wrong for me to halve the charge out rate because I'm halving the time, because I'm actually giving the customer a better experience and a more efficient fit, and my accuracy and general finish have gone up as well. So seventh point is charge for the value and for all the hours that you've put in. And exactly how you do that, I mean the hours that you've put in getting to the skill level and getting to the quality and speed that you're now offering, you've got to recoup some of that investment. So think more in terms of the value of what the customer's getting than the hours you're now putting into it. Okay, I hope all that helps. Any comments, do put them below, and you can check out more details on this project and how it was made on my Instagram feed. If you're not already on Instagram, then get on Instagram, because if you've watched this far, you're clearly a maker who's interested in being more efficient. You will learn a lot from the woodworking community on Instagram. Lots of quick tips and things that you just pick up by seeing what others do. You can find me there, Freebird Interiors, just like the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and do comment below. Bye.